Okay, hi everybody. Tezza here, back again. It's been over a year since I did one of these Bangalow sort of walk and talks, and I've sort of missed it. I sort of got busy with life. But anyway, I saw one of our local living legends, Jan Hulbert, the other day, and I said, mate, we've got to walk around and have a look at the Showgrounds because it's coming up next week. And I teed her up, so here she is. Jan.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. Good.
And I asked Jan to bring a few photos so that we could, because she's got some wonderful stories about just about everything in Bangalow, I think, isn't it? You've
a few things.
You've
All good things.
Kept your finger on the pulse for a while. So, so I feel like we need to hear these stories because they're good for our. We need to hear it from our elders. So, not too elder, but...
Older enough.
Yeah. All right, so what are we going to start, Jan?
Well, this is the A&I Hall.
Yep.
And it was originally going to be knocked down by the council.
Okay.
And in 85, we applied to have it heritage.
Yep.
It's strange, it's not registered as heritage now.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped it from getting knocked down. And we got in touch with Tim Shilshire from Grafton. He was a heritage architect.
Yep.
And he came up and he drilled all up and everything up the front here. There was a set of steps up here. There was a room on the front here.
Yep.
And it was a picture theatre.
Oh, wow.
Yes, silent pictures started here in the 20s.
Yep.
And then they, I've seen in some of my notes today that Mac Jorgensen, we knew him as Mac Jorgensen, he bought it in the late 50s.
Yep.
And it was turned into a movie, where,
A cinema.
Cinema.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was like that for years, and it just fell in disrespect. In 1947, August 1947, the Show Society, they owned it all.
Yes.
And they run into money difficulties after the war,
Yep.
and they sold it back to the Crown Land.
Oh, right, okay.
So the Crown Land, pardon me, Crown Land's in charge of all of it now.
Yep.
And then in about 2000,
Yep.
the council divided that off into another 355 committee. So there's a separate committee runs that to the showground now.
Okay, right.
But there's a photo
Yep.
of it, a part of it being restored. Well, the whole building being restored.
Yep.
White ants were very bad in it. And
that's you there with who's
Jeff
the other?
Lovett. He was on our park trust at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was how it looked. You could stand on the stage and look through and see the Catholic Church. There was no walls. We took all the pressed metal off it, pressure cleaned it, and painted it with special stuff to stop it from rusting, though it was aluminium.
Yep.
And it was all used back in it.
Wow.
And that was the official opening of it.
Yep.
That's Neville Newell. He was in Parliament at the time. He was a Secretary Treasurer on our Park Trust for years. And that's the official opening of it.
Yep.
And that, of course, that's as it is today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
It was beautiful. It's the acoustics in that is the best that everybody. Well, the music festival come from Brisbane. The acoustics are unreal in that place. Yeah. And what, of course, as you can see, it was built in 1911.
Yeah.
And
What are some of the highlights you've had in there?
I made my debut in there.
Did you now?
Yeah. And I seen Slim Dusty and Buddy Williams.
Yep.
And Joy, the McKeon sisters, all them. I have photos of them in there, from in there.
Wow.
That was back in the early 50s.
Wow.
I seen them play there.
You could have been a photographer. Like Paige, you just took photos
Oh, well,
of every...
it only happens once, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And
true.
you miss it, it's gone.
Yeah. And that's why we're so grateful that you've got all these photos.
Yeah, I just got to get them all into albums and things now. And
Yeah, you'll get there.
I've got to live a few more years yet.
All right.
Got a lot of work to do.
So, will we go over to...
We'll go to
Let's start to the gates, because there's something
Yes.
written on the gates.
Yes, that's That's lovely, that.
Yeah.
This was Chester Snow's home here,
Okay.
and he was the son of these people, and they were wonderful people in the town. Chester had down here, that was his factory.
Oh,
Building.
where the hardware store was.
Nearly everybody's got something built in Bangalow of Chester Snow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very handy fellow.
Yes, it was. He was a great man. He was a World War One veteran,
Yep.
and he had the most beautiful jacaranda tree in that yard, and he was buried from underneath it.
Oh, wow.
And they had the funeral service. I've got photos of that too, of the service and
Yep.
them bringing a coffin out from under there.
Wow.
Oh God, it was a beautiful tree.
Mm.
But mysteriously, it went down one night.
Down, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
always said I was going to sit under that tree. I was going to be a greenie and sit under that tree.
Chain yourself.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, what's this? Their creed.
Yeah, this is his parents. That was written by his parents.
Ah.
It's lovely, isn't it? They're up in the Bangalow Cemetery. I often clean their grave up there.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's another walk and talk we need to do, isn't it?
Yes.
We'll tee that up soon.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of hours to do that.
A lot of
A lot
stories.
of funny stories there. And this is the other part of it
Okay.
in memory of.
Yep.
And this was the time capsule for the town centenary in October 81.
Yeah.
That hall, we had 850 people in that, 750 people in that hall for the reunion, town reunion.
Wow.
Centenary, yeah.
Is that what it
We
was?
had a ball.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, well, it was a ball, and we
Yeah.
had a ball.
There you go.
we had a great night. It was unreal.
All right. Where do we go next?
Well, the
this is
little show office, that
Yeah.
was,
How long's that been there for?
well, I know in 1917, I think it was, a girl of Young's, it was along here, and it was a real estate.
Oh, okay.
J.N. Ferguson's
Real
real
office.
estate office.
Yep.
And Rita was only 17 and she got held up in there. And that's 1917, 18, she got held up in that office one day.
Wow.
And that came about that,
Yep.
the show office. So they shifted it over here
Yep.
and, you know, put roads and things in like as
Yeah.
the town settled.
Yes.
And they put the roads in and they moved it over here.
Oh,
This is a photo of it before we renovated it.
okay.
It
Yep.
had a downstairs. They put that on, that little room on eventually. And then we renovated it. That's what it looked like when we were renovating it.
Wow.
And of course you can see what it's like the other side now. Today, what it's like there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on in there today?
Oh, they're getting ready for the show. They're
Hello.
flat
Okay.
out. They're,
Hello, everyone.
hello.
We're just doing a tour. How you going, Melissa? We're just doing a tour with Jan, getting all the stories to the buildings. Yeah.
See, it only went to there, and then
Okay.
you went down a set of steps into the bottom half, and it was just storage.
Oh.
So Michael, Amara, he extended it, and we got a teak floor, the same as this, to match the new piece we put on.
Okay.
We were lucky to even get the same teak.
Totally. Yeah. All right. Well, see you guys. All right. All righty.
And of course you can see what it's like from outside. Now the scout hall was just down past the caretaker's office,
Yep.
and that's what the scout hall was like.
Okay.
That was a little scout hall, and they shifted it up here.
Oh, that's it now.
Yeah, that's it now.
It's-
Well, they didn't shift it, they pulled it down and we let them sell the timber and they built a new one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It used to flood there too, in the causeway. If the causeway got real big, it'd flood.
Oh, okay.
So they shifted it up here. It was more suitable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and I know that's used for community groups.
Yeah, yes, a lot
dancing,
of community. Yeah, a lot
all
of
that.
community groups use it. And
That's got some solar.
yes,
looks of it.
yes, they put the solar on, and the overflow of the solar comes into our meter box.
Okay.
The park trust.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
Gives
a
a bit of
great
credit.
amount. Oh, a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's good. All right, where are we off to next?
Now we'll do the poultry
Oh,
shed.
the bird cage. The bird
Yeah,
shed.
bird
Yep.
shed.
Okay. Oh, and these camphors.
Oh, yes,
Aye.
they were. Everybody hates campers, but they're an asset to this ground. They make it look so nice.
Yeah.
And they're great.
And are these heritage listed? These trees? I heard of
no,
no. Okay.
No. There was a chap from out at the Shannon years ago, and I thought he was going to poison them. I rang the police in the end.
He's a bit suspicious, was he?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Or he's just
yeah,
angry about-
Oh, he was angry. He was anti-camper,
Okay.
and he put on a hell of a turn, and I thought he was going to actually poison them, and I got in
right.
touch with the police because I was frightened that he would.
Yeah.
Now, this is the poultry pavilion.
Yep.
And Harry Fowler, he was, I didn't say about the A&I hall, it was sold for 2,800 in pounds.
2,800
pounds in 1947. Mac
19
Jorgensen, that's when he turned the theatre movies, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Cinema.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would have been a lot of money for back then.
That is a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was only built for £2,200.
Yeah.
Chester Snow told me that.
Okay.
And before he passed away.
Yep.
And it cost £2,200. And when we restored it,
Yep.
we had nothing to see what it was like. And I put a thing in the paper, a story about it.
Yep.
And a lady from Lismore, South Lismore, and she had a postcard. I've still got it at home.
Yeah.
1916, it was sent to her mother.
Wow.
And that's the only original photo that we got.
Of what it used to look
It
like.
used to look like.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And this, Harry Fowler, this is Harry. He had a
Okay.
a machine for making bricks, and that's how he did the broadcasting box down there.
It's concrete, is it? Like a
Yes,
formwork.
yeah, formwork, and you go along and
Very innovative for its
yeah,
time.
Harry made it. Yeah.
He made it.
Yeah, he was.
I suppose you made everything back
Oh,
then if you
you
needed
did.
it.
Yeah, well, that was done there. The broadcast 51 that was improved down there.
Okay. I'll get
And,
down there and
yeah.
have a look in a minute. Yeah. All right.
But they did this all up, and here's the.
Hang on, Jan. You need to sign a cheque.
Oh,
Do you want to do that?
Here we go.
Sign your life away.
yeah.
I didn't know they still had cheques.
This is a rare event. And the
What,
checkbook,
Jan signing? Or
well, the 3 checks, 2015, next one 18, another one this year. So one every 3
Letting our head go.
years or so we do a check these days. Very rare indeed.
okay.
Neville's our treasurer.
Oh,
Of
nice
the
to meet you,
park
Neville. Okay.
Yeah.
You're the money man.
That's the story.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya. Should we have a poke our heads in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Heck could probably tell you more about it than Heck. You can tell us a bit more about this chook shed. I say you can tell us a bit more about it. A lot of people take that photo. You see them on the showground here walking around. Fowler, see? Fowler.
Yeah,
Fowler.
okay. Yes.
And you see a lot of people laughing and take a photo of that.
Yeah.
And
So,
that,
so Mr. Harry Fowler was into birds. Was that why?
no, it wasn't really. He did all the work on the building.
Okay. So,
Yeah. He joined he joined the Park Trust in 1935.
Did he?
Mm.
35.
Yeah. And he started building these sort of things. Yeah. But he did. Yeah.
He should be doing the maintenance. That was the original poultry pavilion, that building there.
okay, that's where it started over that one. Okay. And now what's that shed? That's storage?
Oh, we call it the goat shed. It's a storage shed.
The goat shed.
Why it got called
Yeah. Thanks,
called
Ivy.
that.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was a partly pavilion. It was up about 500 off the ground
Yep.
years ago. With
Like a shearing shed would be.
Yes,
Yes.
very similar. Had
Okay.
a slate floor,
Yep.
you know.
Not on the. I don't think so. There's still, but I'm still here early to help out for some days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
We'll do
I
it.
think
Alright.
had to,
Not
wasn't
sure
that?
how much help or what we need.
I'll just come down and we'll go from there. Yeah.
Heck, that was used when they did work on the A&I Hall many years ago too, didn't they? I heard that they used that shed as a pavilion shed. There was another
yes.
hall.
We used this one. This was the produce, and that all was,
Oh, was
in
it?
here. Yeah.
Oh, in
That's
there.
why they built this.
Oh, was it? Is that
Because
how
they
it
lost
started?
the A&I Hall,
Yeah,
and they built this.
yeah. See, the first A&I Hall burnt down, didn't it? No, it didn't burn down.
No, I don't think
There
so.
doesn't seem to be a real lot of true history on that, does there?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Mm.
But these cages look. It looks
Oh,
like a lot of work.
Oh,
In
they do
the
a wonderful
detail.
job here.
So do you have to paint? Give them a
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
painted
done it
them,
all.
freshly painted
what
them.
every year you paint them?
No,
or-
no, no.
no,
No.
Just every few years when you need it.
Yeah, it's probably 20 years since we painted them.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. And how long have you been in Bangalow?
Oh, about 45, I think.
Okay, so you call you a local?
Yeah,
Or-
local. Yeah.
He only came from Uribata here.
Oh, he didn't come far then. No. That's great.
They added the little office. Oh,
Yeah.
might be about 12, 13 years since you added that or more.
Oh, no,
Time goes.
20.
20, would it? Yeah, time
Yeah,
goes. And then they
20.
put a bird cage for birds and things on the other end. They
Okay.
extended it.
Okay.
So it's a good setup now.
So come next week, this will be full of birds.
Well, it won't be full, but there'll be a lot of birds here.
Yeah.
On
yeah.
Saturday.
And
yeah.
then everyone's welcome to
Yeah.
Oh,
walk
yeah, yeah,
around and
my word.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
It's lovely when it's full because they're all
Chirping away,
yeah,
are they? And
yeah, it's lovely. It's
Yeah.
really nice. It's a nice place to walk through when it's full.
What's your favourite bird?
I just like the ones that lay.
Yeah. Productive ones. Yeah. Okay.
Those chooks are not bad either.
Oh, yeah. All right. Nice stuff. Where do we go now? Oh, have
This
you
is
got?
the
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Okay, yeah.
that's all of Harry's nephews
Wow.
that they help. They're all members here now.
That was taken a few years
Yeah,
ago.
just when they did the other end.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and of course we got that one of Harry doing the cementing. Oh,
Yeah.
there's another one of Harry. Oh, he was an unreal bloke, Harry. God, he was a funny bloke. A great man. That's a good one of him.
Yeah.
He was the sort of man, like, he was a returned serviceman. He was a prisoner of war.
Yeah.
And then he...
You had a wife?
No,
Yes, or-
never married.
Never married?
No. Well, he went
Okay.
to the war and he had a lovely friend. And of course, those days, religion was a big thing.
Yeah.
And she was as staunch Catholic as Harry was Church of England.
Okay.
And it never
so you can't-
eventuated.
No.
No,
Wow.
they stayed friends all their life.
Okay.
But it's strange, isn't it? And of course, there was no living together those days.
No.
Like now, they would. But
Wow, got to
those
try
days-
before you buy. I reckon.
Yeah. And he never ever married, and it was such a shame. But he looked after. He was member of Legacy,
Yep.
and he looked after the old people. Coral and Neville Lavelle had a newsagent in Bangalow, well, where the newsagent is now, and actually they had a paint shop there,
Yep.
and hairdressers.
Yep.
And Harry'd come in and he'd just get paint,
Yep.
and I'd put it on my account, and it'd be for Mrs. Law or Mrs. Cook out along the road. And, Coral said Harry always paid for it.
Wow.
He said, oh, it's for Mrs. Cook or it's for Mrs. Law or somebody else, and he'd always pay for it. He was just an
Very
incredible
generous.
person.
Yeah. Well, how would he have made his money? Like
Well, he
How?
had a farm out at Fowler's Lane.
a dairy farm?
Dairy
or-
farm,
Okay.
yeah. And
Wow.
he's-
Because there's such a lot of
Yeah.
time.
And I don't know. I suppose there was jobs he did. That one of him doing the cement, that was doing our septic when we lived on the corner of the highway up here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And he was an incredible man. Yeah.
All right. Well, where do we go now, Jan?
Well,
Do we
we'll
walk
go down.
over?
Yes.
Yep.
So this was restored.
Oh, here's your car. I'm going to get a shot of that. Hey, there we go. Doesn't look like it's aged.
No.
I was just talking to everyone earlier about, it's been over a year
Yeah.
since you and I had our walk and talk.
Yeah, that's right.
And I
it is
just
too.
let them know that I got a bit lost. I went and got busy. But we're back.
We're back.
So, look out.
Now, we had a publican's booth here, and we knocked that down because they built this Lions Club. Well, actually, Harry built that too.
Okay.
The publican's booth over here, and we've just put in, or the Lions Club have just put in for a grant to try and get some money to. We're going to do that all up.
Okay.
And the Scout Hall was just over here, where the back of where those caravans here, this side of the ditch.
Oh.
They were there, and then publican's booth was about here, I think. And
Okay. Something was there. That
yeah, I've
driveway.
got the. I got photos from up on the hill, and you can
Yep.
pick them all out.
Oh, now this
where
is
they were.
Scaraballotti.
Yeah, that's the Scaraballotti, so we can
We
go
have a
down
quick
there.
look. Yep.
We'll
And-
go around the end here.
And this Frank, was it?
Yeah, Frank. He was
What was
another.
he like?
Oh, he was nature's gentleman.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal. And
And he was a farmer as well.
yeah, he was out at Nasher.
Yeah.
He came up.
You just call it Nasha or Nashua?
Nashua.
Nashua.
Whatever you feel like.
That's all right. I thought, hang on.
Yeah, and he came out. His family came out from Italy on the ship, and they were supposed to go to some island somewhere like Fiji or something like that.
Yep.
Something happened to the ship, and they came straight to Sydney.
Okay.
And anyway, they got off down there.
Yep.
And those days, all the new settlers came up to the north coast. All the Italians, they came to New Italy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And made that their home.
Yeah, that was their home, and they were going to grow grapes there,
Okay. Yep.
vineyards, and because they found out it was no good.
The ground.
Yeah,
Just-
well,
or
the climate and everything.
Yep.
So they did their own thing, and if you ever want to go somewhere, go down there for a day and have a look through there. It's
Yeah,
unreal.
I've been there. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
isn't it unreal?
Oh, the history's great.
And then
Yeah.
Frank came up to Newrybar
Yep.
onto a farm out there,
Mhm.
and then they bought the farm at Nashua, over
Okay.
the Nashua Bridge. I
And
think it's called the Scaraballotti Bridge actually now.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
was he farming?
Red cattle, AIS cattle,
Okay.
milk, dairy farming.
Dairy farms. Okay. Yeah.
And pigs.
Yep.
I did his 100th birthday cake, and I put
100.
yeah.
He.
He was 50 days off 110 when he passed away.
What?
Yeah. And he's buried up in the Bangalow cemetery. I'm afraid that's not going to be broken for a long time.
No.
And
That's-
he was.
Wow.
I was up there the week before. I used to do his garden the last 3 years of his life.
Yeah.
And I sneaked up from a working bee here to plant it for spring.
Yeah.
And anyway, I thought, I'll sneak in and plant the plants and then I'll come back down here. And I'm walking up the back lawn and he seen me. He said, oh, Jan, come in and have a talk. And I thought, oh, he's seen me. So anyway...
Did he like long talks, did he?
Yeah, it was just so interesting to talk to.
Yeah.
And anyway, I went in and talked to him, had a lovely talk,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't believe it, exactly 1 week later,
Yeah.
he woke up and his wife went out to make him a cup of tea, and when she came back, he just fell back onto the bed.
Wow.
That was it.
That's a good way to go.
Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah.
Oh, how old was his wife? Like,
She
a
was
lot younger?
28 years younger than him.
28 years, okay.
And he had 3 daughters. Unfortunately, they lost to Claire with leukemia,
Yeah.
and she was 5.
Wow.
And
That's tough.
Mary, the eldest girl, and Helen, I think Helen's the youngest one. Helen comes down to the show every year.
Okay, that's
And
great.
they'd still donate a prize, in the
Wow.
cattle.
So why do we name things like this after that?
Well, he's just lived here you could virtually say all his life, and he's
Yeah.
taken part in everything, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's contributed
He's
big time.
contributed to the district. And he was such a gentleman. Oh, God, he was a beautiful man.
And what will happen on this arena come
This is
show
the
day?
dairy cattle and the beef cattle.
Okay.
It's always cattle. Mm.
Cattle on here.
Yeah,
Okay.
cattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's how we come to. Well, he was the longest living resident
Yeah.
in Bangalow in
Yeah.
the district,
Yeah.
and because he's contributed to the show, he always made a contribution in prize money to the show all those years. So
All right.
yeah,
We'll
it's,
keep. Will we go
you
back
want
up?
a photo of that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's a sign down
All
here.
right. Let's go that way.
And I've got a couple of photos of him.
Okay. Yeah.
There he is actually unveiling it. Yeah, unveiling it.
What age would he have been then, do you think?
He would have been probably about 104, 105 then.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the same here. He was speaking at the show. That's a centenary show. And that was in 2000. And he passed away in 2010, I think it was.
Okay.
Oh, no, it might have been a bit earlier than that. Yeah.
Yep. And then when the Bangalow markets are on, this place
Yeah,
is...
this is all full.
Yep.
And all around the grounds
Yeah.
are full.
And
It's-
today you were saying there's a working bee going on today?
Yes.
So
getting ready
fixing
for
fences.
the show. Yeah,
Yep.
painting. They've been painting.
You've
Oh,
fed them up, have you?
Yes.
Got them all?
Oh, well, they're good enough to work, so
Yeah.
it's good to give them a cup of tea and some lunch and whatever.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
We appreciate it as Park Trust. And,
Yeah.
it's great to do it for them.
How long have you been on the trust?
33 years.
Yeah, okay. So you've seen
Yeah.
a bit?
Yeah,
Go
done
on.
a few days' work on it.
Yeah.
I usually do all the gardens and things, so
Okay.
and help with the everything.
And you usually keep cattle here
Yes.
at time? Is
To
that
keep-
the grass down?
Yeah, keep the grass down.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
There's his sign.
yeah. Actually, there we are, unveiling that sign. Gee, we must wash it down. It's a bit
Looks
rubbish.
like it's been revamped a little.
Yes, it was. Yes, we made a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we drop there, Jan?
Oh,
Good.
right.
Yep.
And over here, we'll just take it from the fence here.
Yep.
This is where the Bangalow sale yards were.
Okay.
And every Wednesday, we had,
Because is that, what's that area over there now? Is
that's
that,
the Viola pens,
yes?
but when I was a tiny little thing, that used to be the cattle yards.
Okay.
They used to sell cattle here.
Yep.
And then when they, as things grew,
Yep.
they knocked them down and we had yards there, old wooden yards, and there we have a Viola competition there. Who's
Okay.
got the best Viola, you know, from little fellas up to
Yep.
about 300 kg.
'Cause
And
when the cattle yards were here, did the train play a part in that? Did the
yeah, we
cattle-
had yards right along the back there,
Yep.
and we'd bring them, they'd bring the cattle or calves and that in, and they'd go down to Norco and Walker's, the meatworks,
Yeah, right.
on the train.
Okay.
And I was reared at Possum Creek, and we'd take them from Possum Creek down to Binnabarra along Lismore Road, past those 3 houses that are there.
Walk
and
them, like,
No,
or ha-
in the pigs, we'd take pigs in the
Yep.
horse and cart
Yep.
with a net over them
yep.
and put them in there, and they'd go down to the meatworks at Byron Bay.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because they didn't have petrol or anything,
No.
especially in when things were rationed.
Yeah.
And I was reared on the farm that Paul Hogan bought, and that'd probably be 3 mile, 4 mile,
Okay.
down a gravel road to there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did Hogs change it much? when you purchased it?
No, he didn't. He built a new house.
Yeah.
The original house that I was bred in's there.
Yeah.
Still there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That could be another video, Jan.
yeah,
Could we get
yeah,
access to that?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. And H.L. Anthony,
Yeah.
Doug's father, he owned a farm there, Sunnycrest Lane up here on the highway,
Yep. Yep.
and Sunny View out at Possum Creek,
Yep.
and Sunny Valley was the one near us, and then he had one in Wollumbar, which is still there, and it's, I don't know what its second name, it's Sunny something
Sunny
too.
something.
He had them all, they're all Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
we
and
go.
this was the sale yards. There was a good one, Frank. Yeah, and that's Joe Buckley, a great friend of his living. Yeah, that was at
happening
his.
that day?
That was his 100th birthday that day. That was the day he was 100.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
looks good for 100, doesn't he?
Too right. You would have got a letter from the Queen. You would
Yeah,
think,
I got all these letters. Yeah, from the Pope. He got one from the Pope too.
Did he now?
Yeah.
Well, he was Church of England, wasn't he?
No, he was
Oh.
Catholic.
Oh, Catholic,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and that's his wife.
Yep.
But the sale yards, I've got a good one of that. There's the sale yards. Now they talk about putting walkways and doing all these things to Bangalow, and they don't realise how it floods.
Mm.
And this is one. This was the sale yards over there near those two trees.
Yep.
There's the gum tree there,
gum tree, oh,
and
yeah.
the campus at the back there. Now the flood had gone right through that. Look, that high.
Could you just bring that photo a little bit closer? Yep. Ah, yeah.
It went right through there, right through these houses here. That's why all these houses are up high now.
Okay.
Yeah, they
'Cause
put
they
them
get
up.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is it being knocked down. Yeah. It's a sad day that, but still that's,
Progress.
progress. And
Yeah.
that's Kevin Jarrett, Gary Jarrett and Tom Jarrett and Mark Noble, a nephew of Kevin's, my cousin. They were, that was the last day of the sale, half sales. Yeah, there you are.
That was what?
21st of June 2000.
Okay.
Mm.
Look at that.
Oops.
Is that your writing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. Hey? Is that your neatest? It's good to write on the back, isn't it?
Yes,
To know.
yes.
Okay, so then this is named after the Jarretts.
Yeah, that's named after the Jarrett family.
Yep.
That is,
And there's a few Jarretts still around.
oh yes, you ask people. Can't talk about anyone, you don't know who they're related to.
No talking behind
no.
anyone's back. It's like,
And I just say, well, your lucky great-grandfather
yeah.
had 11 daughters and 2 sons. Or I said you would have been overrun.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, that's dangerous.
Okay, what's that?
Oh, signpost.
okay.
Been knocked off.
Yep.
Get that for evidence.
All right. Put a witch's hat on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Okay, and it looks like the show people are making their way,
Oh, yes,
or marking their turf, are
yeah,
they? Or-
marking their turf, yeah. Oh, they don't miss out. They come in
Yeah.
early. Oh,
how-
well, a
have
lot of them don't take, like, they only, some of them have got a couple of vans, and they only take one to Mullumbimby,
Okay,
and they come early here.
yeah.
But you should finish it off with the show, a photo of the show next year. This year, like next week.
Yeah,
Just with the whole ground. I've
Yeah.
got one here. This one was taken before the grandstand blew down. And that's of the showground.
that's from
That's
the grandstand, is it?
Yeah, that's that'd be 60. That'd probably be about 63.
Okay.
Mm.
And what did the grandstand look like? That,
I have
wouldn't
one
have-
of that.
yeah, oh, okay.
Wait a minute. A black and white one somewhere. Oh gosh, where is it? That's all the Jarretts that were on the committee
Wow.
in the year at the centenary show.
There wouldn't be too many empty seats on the committee, would there? Looking at that bunch.
Yeah. This is it. There's one of the old showground.
Wow.
That was the grandstand. And you know, I never ever went in that. And I was petrified of it.
Yeah.
I hate heights and I never ever went into that.
Because back then, the Bangalow show was what second to Sydney, was it?
Yeah,
Like,
well they
really?
well earlier than about the time this was taken. They had a bigger cattle show than Sydney did. Sydney
Wow.
Royal.
Look at the hill behind
Yeah,
there is pretty bare, isn't it? It's-
well that's the estate now.
oh,
See,
yeah.
yeah,
Peppered in
houses.
houses and
Yeah.
palms and.
Yep.
Okay.
There's the old horse stalls.
Yep.
I've got a photo of that here.
Okay.
Let's see that one. Where did I see the one of the horse stalls? These are antique. That's the first stalls. We've renovated them a couple of times and we're looking at doing it again.
Oh, so the bones are still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's...
Jeez. So what will happen show day with them? All the horses?
Oh, well, they're renovated now and the horses go up in there, but
Yeah.
we're looking at renovating that into a bigger, a better quality of things. It's
Okay.
pretty how do you do now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's the office.
Oh.
Um,
So do you enter anything in the show, or you?
I don't now. I used
No.
to. I used to enter a lot of flowers and things many years ago, but
Yeah.
now you just don't get the time. By the time you do all the, I do all the food in the pavilion
Yes.
with help.
Yes. Okay.
There's another one of the stables on the top side. Yeah, that looks a bit better that side, doesn't it?
Yes. Very photogenic side of it. Yeah. It's like the roof's had a bit of
Yeah,
attention
patch
there.
up. Yeah, probably lost it in a storm. Oh, the damn tent peg. Yeah. Now you might
Well,
like to take one from here.
Yeah.
This is. There was just a little tin building over here
Okay.
for the broadcasting box. I've got a photo somewhere at home of it too, and it was just a little tin, like a little tin toilet area.
Yep.
And Harry built that too, and Wallace Taylor. He was the
Should we
president.
walk that way? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Or which way
Or
would
do
you
you want
like
to
to go?
do the molar?
Well, we could go that
Yeah.
way and then
Come
walk.
back that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and there's so many things I've got. You know, you're limited time, but when they put this stone retaining wall in here, they did that here where the molar is, in front of the molar,
Okay.
and they did this. We've got more to do on this yet, but
Yeah.
you can only do it as your finances. We maintain all this ground with the what money we raise from it.
From the show. Yeah.
No, from the whole ground during the year. We have horse events, like we have what we call stakeholders.
Yep.
Pony club, dressage, easy riders,
Yep.
and then you have the markets every month.
Yep.
And there's weddings. There's been 4 weddings in the last 5 weeks in that hall.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
A lot of use.
the grounds get a lot of use.
Yeah.
And what revenue we raise from everything, we put back into the showground.
Okay.
So the council should thank us because it doesn't cost them. If they pay rates, they pay rates. That's all. We pay
Yeah.
power, water, everything.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So we're highly maintained.
Self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Yes, my word.
Yeah. And that goes. The volunteer group would
all
contribute
volunteers.
so much
all
to that.
volunteers.
Mm.
None of us are paid on the 355 committee. Everything's volunteered.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm very proud of what we achieve here. Actually,
Yeah.
all
that's
good people.
Yeah. I mean, it's just great to live in a town
Yeah.
with so much history still.
Bangalow has a great history for helping people. If
Yeah.
there's a crisis in a family or anything,
Mm-hmm.
they'll run a fundraiser or what have you.
Yep.
And we had the Walk for Life relay
Yes.
here when one of our locals was very ill with cancer.
With cancer. Yep.
And anyway, they said, oh, so-and-so's raised 50,000, so-and-so's raised 40,000 in the Walk for Life.
Wow.
We raised 75.
Whoa.
Yeah, we beat them all.
That's a
Yeah,
great number.
It was good.
Wow.
It was so well supported.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
see, you
So
can
this
see,
is the-
see how Harry's built that cement wall, see the brick machine?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one goes up there.
And then who? So Harry's name's up there, and then
And
Wallace Taylor.
He was from out at Nattershall.
Yeah.
And he was the president at the time.
Okay.
And
Because I wondered when those two names are up there.
yeah,
it's
well,
like,
Harry
do
did
they?
a lot of work,
Yeah.
and Wallace contributed some of the money to it.
Okay. And what's going on in
Towards
there
it.
at the moment?
Oh, they're shifting a fridge that's in the road by the looks of it.
Okay. That fridge looks like it came from the 40s, 50s.
It came from 62 years ago. That was our fridge when we were first married.
Oh,
and
Jan.
it's still working.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, it's
There
still
you go.
working. That one.
That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah. I feel sad about throwing it out.
Oh, gee. Oh, is it? It's
Well,
heading off to the
They
cemetery.
must be going
is
to
it?
use it another year, I think, by the look of it. Putting it in the kitchen.
Jeez. Okay.
That's the broadcasting box up there.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
what goes on with this building next week?
Well,
What?
there's a kitchen here,
Yep.
and then the office is here, and that was the broadcasting box.
Okay.
But now, you know, all modern comms and what do you call it, mobile
oh,
speakers
radio.
and that.
Yeah, wireless.
What you call it, there's a lot of it outside here.
Okay.
You know, mobile now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, it's a very handy little. We're going to put a big room on top there, like a function room.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll contribute to use for the showground a lot.
Yeah.
Especially wet weather or anything like that. You
Yeah,
know, it'll
yeah.
be good.
Okay.
So
All right. Shall we
Yeah.
go to the
molar.
molar?
Yeah.
Actually, I was walking the dog the other morning, and I was looking at these
That's the
makeshift with the the
Oh
seating.
yeah, they were a chap from when we used to have the rodeos here. He donated the money to the rodeo committee.
Yep.
And they built those, and then our president now, he bought these from what you call them, off eBay, is it, or something?
eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, the
I'm not up
aluminium
with this.
one? The new.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, we
sort of looks
replaced-
out of place in
Yeah.
Bangalow. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's too new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh God, they'd be old those. And
Would
there's-
they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the old horse stalls. So you can see they had a bit of a facelift over the years,
Yeah.
but they're in need of repair now. Oh, see, the horses have got so big. They're not big enough for. They were sort of built for pony club animals and things. See,
Yeah.
but now
We've
the
got the
horses.
full thoroughbred.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
And worth thousands of dollars, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And.
So
they're-
what will go on next week with the horses on it?
Oh, there's another stables down there,
Yep.
and they'll be used. And there's dressage, there's jumps, camp drafting. Oh, the camp drafting's a big thing here.
Okay.
Still, you know, the cattle are involved.
Okay.
And
And I heard there's some sort of motor mower.
oh
right?
yeah,
Hey?
that's unreal.
That gets me going.
Yeah, that's the only thing I watch. I love watching that.
Yeah.
And we're famous for the Iron Man.
Yes. Have you
Yes.
ever gone in that or not?
No,
It's Iron
no.
Man, Iron Woman now, is
Yeah,
it?
I
Iron
used to-
Person.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
gender
used
neutral.
to go in the wild cow milking.
Okay.
And
Hi,
used
girls. How are we? Yeah.
Seen you and your dog for a while.
I know. Yeah, I've been getting down early,
Have you?
but I'll be back.
Hey,
Oh, puppy.
that's really nice.
Yeah. Will we go up the
Yeah.
gates, do you think? Yeah. Okay, so there's the Jarrett Arena
Yeah, I got
sign.
there's a photo of Kevin unveiling that. He didn't know a thing about it. We kept it quiet from him.
What year would have that been? I think it's-
Oh, wait a minute, I've got it on the back. 94.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, Kevin and his sons contribute so much to the show.
Yeah.
They're for the camp drafting and everything. Oh God, they're wonderful contributors to the show in that respect.
Yeah. Okay. Well, nearly. Just got one more op shop trip to go. So I'm actually doing a party here tonight.
Oh yes.
We're
yes.
live. Yeah, Will, do you like
No
live?
sharing.
These guys are getting ready for a party, yeah. Some of the locals.
They won't look that good in the morning, will they?
No, definitely not. I was just telling Jan how bland the 90s were as dress code wise. Like compared to the 80s, mate, I had fluoro, bloody zinc cream. Yeah, tail, but I chopped the mullet off by 90. I wasn't picking up any girls with it. It was like I could actually Dougal could grow it back and yeah.
This was
All right.
only
Sorry, Jan.
No, this was only a little tin building back in under there.
Okay.
None of those, all louvers.
Yep.
I've got photos of that at home, but I run out of time to get them. And we did this. It had a little cement, a little square up there with steps down either side.
Yep.
And we put this on, and all the windows.
Wow.
And then we did that extra at the back.
That's
A couple
quite
of years later.
it's a big veranda,
It's
isn't
a beautiful veranda. It's
Yeah.
an asset to the hall.
it? Yes.
And the hall wasn't lined, and
Yep.
we've lined that.
Yep.
And we left the roof as
Can
it
we go
was.
up
yeah,
and in?
Yeah.
I think these guys won't mind. So you've spent a few hours in here.
My word.
Like, is this your
This is my baby. for
your
the show.
headquarters?
Yeah.
Come next week.
Yep.
Okay.
And I love looking after this.
Yeah.
I
Is OH&S we're good there? No. Okay.
I tell you won't be getting paid.
Hello. Oh wow! Look at this. Hello. We're just doing a live walk around with Jan, getting all the history. So.
Oh, look at this. It's everyone that
You like-
decorates this whole decoration. Yes.
And we're just talking about this is Jan's baby. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
I look after this. I'm very proud of this.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's got a great.
Yeah.
So Nushi is having
History.
her 40th
Yeah.
Oh,
tonight
Yeah.
good.
with
Yeah.
Craig.
Good.
So
So
Chloe's husband Craig is turning 50,
Oh,
Yep.
and we're
good.
calling it a 90th.
Oh, good. Well, that's like Johnny Singh. He had his 60th,
Yeah.
and his son had his 40th, so it was 100.
okay.
And they had it. Oh, they had a big party.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of fun. I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Have you had a birthday party here, Jan?
No,
Yeah?
no,
No.
I haven't.
Okay.
I'll wait till 100.
You're gonna go for the big number. Do you think I get an invite?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come and film that night for you.
You might have to come in your wheelchair, but
All right. Well, we keep. What do you want to show me any other bit?
And
All
thank
right.
you for letting us be here.
Okay. Chloe.
we only had the floor polished 2 years ago, and it's made a big difference to the hall. It's so nice now.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
This is where the old grandstand was,
Yep.
and it blew down in 1965.
Yep.
And Mr. Moller, that's why it's called the Moller Pavilion,
Yes.
he took out, up the insurance $2,000
Yep.
3 weeks before it blew, 3 or 4 weeks before it blew down.
Wow. How did he know?
Yeah, I know. And
Jeez.
big storm blew it down.
Yeah.
And then the committee didn't have the money to build it for the show, see, in
Mm-hmm.
November. So Mr. Moller put up the money to build it.
Wow.
And that's why it's called the Victor Moller Pavilion.
That's great.
He was lovely, old man.
Yeah.
And they had no family, and he did that for the show society.
Okay.
And they paid him back. And it was all louvers.
Yep.
It was a real dirty old dark green. And we've improved on it over the years.
Yeah.
It's a lovely hall, and it's not like it's private. There's no through traffic, which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
so-
veranda there.
yes. So,
All right. Well.
and this toilet block
Yep.
was, we put showers in here, oh, that's probably 10, 12 years ago now. Extended this, and there's...
And the showers would be for people that can,
yeah,
because caravanners
yeah,
can.
we have a lot of caravan groups come in here, and they... we get up to 40 vans in some groups,
Okay.
and they... see, that's where it ended, so we've added all this. That's my flowers. I'm a bit early for the show, another week. I hope we don't get a hailstorm.
Okay. Hang in there,
Yeah,
girls.
hang in there. Yeah, they're nice this
Or
year.
boys? Are they
Yeah.
girls or boys?
I don't know. They look a bit girly type to me.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with girls.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else?
That's about
That sort of
I
covers it,
suppose,
doesn't it?
Yes.
All right. Well.
The primary school uses the little oval all the time. We allow them to use it because,
great. They don't. Oh, well, they've got the grounds out
Well,
the front, haven't they?
yeah, but they've got so many demandables there now that there's not room for all the children to play. So
Yeah.
we let them play here as part of our community efforts.
Great.
And so that works out good for them too.
Yeah.
Well, it affects everybody, doesn't it, the school? Because
Totally.
so many different pupils and that there from...
Oh, yeah.
and this is our wonderful caretaker's property,
Yep.
building.
Yep. What does a caretaker
Well,
take care of? I suppose every.
Troy does all this.
Yep. Oh, that's the guy in the whipper.
Yeah, from this fence back.
Yep.
And then Karina does all the bookings. They do a
Okay.
wonderful job. We'd be lost without them, honest
Yeah.
to God. They're an asset to the showground.
Yep.
And they're great.
Okay. All right. Well, we might wrap this up.
Yeah.
We've had a few people watching,
Yeah.
so that's good.
Yes.
And
That might be all.
yeah. Oh well, that's okay. As long as we had fun. What are we going to do next? Oh, we're going to do readings. Aren't we?
yes,
Yeah.
we've got to do reading.
So
talk.
yeah, we've got
Yeah.
Jan's teed up quite a number of people.
Yeah.
We're going to have to collect them from a few of the
Nursing
aged
homes.
cares and Mozza, and we're going to talk about the reading building, which is
Yes, that was unreal building.
yeah. All right.
Absolutely unreal.
But we won't talk about it now.
No,
we'll
no.
stay Showgrounds.
Yeah.
So show is next Friday,
And
Saturday.
16th and 17th.
Yep. All right. So everyone, fly, get to Bangalow,
Yeah, get a ticket.
and meet Jan. She's a superstar.
People sharing stories.